well, no one's been in here, have they? So it's like an empty shell, and it doesn't help that there's no roof on it yet anyway. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. It is Tuesday the 12th of March. Me and Sarah are just about to head over to her new studio and start decorating it, getting it sorted out, because she's got like a month's grace on it. So if we could get the studio in a workable condition within a month, then you know it's kudos to us really, because everything then is she could get the clientele in there and we could get it started, which is always a positive. So Sarah's in the kitchen, as you just did. Then Aurora is in the chair. She's just been fed, but she always gets a bit ratty when she gets in them chairs. That's why I was saying, I think it was yesterday or on last night's live, she likes the rocking. So we're going to order her today a baby swing, so she can get that sorted out. Then I'm going to be going over to the office later on today. I think I might take Imogen over with me, with Portia, because they can help me clean it, because the girls are really good at sorting the shelving out and everything. And I just need to get a proper system going in there, because the big shelves that I've got at the back of the studio, the office, they're normally for stock, and the pulse rifles, well, I've got like 12 pulse rifles to get out at the minute. It's ridiculous. So I'm just constantly churning out pulse rifle parts and like VPK parts. That's like the handgun from Aliens. And then there's another shelf that I have that's got stuff that I'm working on, so they're orders that are coming in. So I like the bits that I build for them, I put them on. I have like a system in there that usually works, so hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted out today, because it's a bit of an annoyance. Still a bit gutted that I've got this drone, well, Sarah got me this drone, the Mavic Air, and I've had it out like twice. The weather is just dreadful at the minute. Today it's absolutely peeing down. I hate it when it's like this, because we have downstairs in front of mine, Sarah and Portia and Vanellope's bedroom, the drainage system from up the road comes down and it goes into there. We have a pump that pumps the water out, but the pump has a level on it, so when the level goes like that, vertical, it kicks in the pump. But the guy that fitted it did it underneath a manhole cover, so when it goes up it stops there, so it doesn't go vertical. So I have to take the cover off and I have to physically stand there with the pump in my hand, so it'll start going up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty it later on and get a cable tie it so it's always on, because we have a switch downstairs in Portia's room, so when it's going to rain we just flick the switch on and it pumps it out really quick. Does so many you know, litres a minute of water out, but it pumps it up and then it pumps it into the canal down the road. But I remember the first time we went to Florida in 2014, when we came home, it flooded all downstairs. United Utilities had to pay us compensation for the carpet and stuff like that, so it's pretty dreadful. So we're going to nip over to Tesco's, we're going to pick up some paintbrushes and that. Got to nip to Sarah's other studio, our old studio, or the storage one, and the one where we film all the food hauls and stuff like that. Got to pick up some heaters from there. We bought some new heaters the other day. Take them to the unit, get it heated up in there, because obviously Aurora's going to be over there with us. And then get started on the new studio.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, so we're at Sarah's studio now. Aurora's letting you know that we're at Mum's new studio. And we're just debating on whether to paint it or not today, because I don't know if you can see this, but you can actually see your own breath in here. So we've got some heaters in here. We've got like 3 plug-in heaters, trying to warm it up a bit. But I think we're gonna have to get some bigger ones than that. I mean, these are fine, but obviously because no one's been in here for, well, no one's been in here, have they? So it's like an empty shell, and it doesn't help that there's no roof on it yet anyway. And I'm not too sure, I don't know if anybody in the comments knows, but this glass here has got a wire in it, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal now. You're not supposed to have that wire in your windows, because if there's a fire and you try and break it, it all sticks together, right? So, but she's feeling a bit down in the dumps because it seems like too much to take on. And in reality, it kind of is, but I've said to her, if she gets like one main wall done, like this one here, painted, and we get it warmed up in here, at least she can then start to do the pictures and do it up around her doing the pictures, which I think's the most, you know, it's the easiest way to do it really. It's the most logical place. Yeah.
starts?
Well, she's ordering a couch today. The couch is going to go here. A big unit at the office, at the other studio, is going to go here, the squared one. Then she's going to have all of her...
So on this one, I'm going to have like me square unit. It's got the squares in it from the other one. I was debating whether to get another new one and leave that one there. And then shelve it across the top, and then at the sides rails that will have like all my hanging baby bits on. Like all your wrapping blankets and hats and headbands and stuff. And then we're gonna have like a reception desk here, and then obviously my couch there. I'm not worried about the flooring yet, but I am eventually going to have that. What's it called?
MDF, and then line
MDF
over it.
And then a nice line laminated. Not laminated, I'll just put lino down. And then I think I might just paint that back wall. If we get that back wall painted, then this brickwork, at least it'll look clean then. It's that brickwork that's really annoying me more than anything.
See, the thing is that she'll get that wound up about the brickwork that she won't want to come in and look at it. But it's like she just said, if we get the brickwork done and that back wall done, then at least she can start making some money then and start getting some clients in and doing some work. It is because it is an empty shell as well, because there is literally nothing in here.
If you want to take on a nice little job, you can do it for free, obviously, but I'll give you a Tesco's donut.
There you go, you're going to get a Tesco's donut if you do it. But no, seriously, I think that middle wall might take paint straight away, but the other walls are like too flaky, they really are. And she's wrecking it now, look.
Who needs a wire brush? I've got me foot. Oh, we need a scraper, we'll just scrape it off.
No, wire brush will take it off dead quick and easy. Not a wallpaper scraper.
We'll get a brush today and we'll see you back here in 6 years.
I don't think we'll see us back here in 6 years, will we?
Yeah.
No.
6 years. Oh, maybe 6 months. This is the last time I'm going to see this studio for 6 months.
One debt to society later.
Alright, so the last time we spoke to you was around maybe 1:30, 1:45, and since that time there is a hell of a lot that has gone on between me, Sarah, and that studio, and also the guy that runs the studio, the landlord. So basically I'm just going to set the scene for you, then I'm going to let you speak to Sarah, and Sarah's going to tell you why. So when we were at the studio, when we turned the camera off, Sarah was saying, look, you know what, it's 4 flights of stairs to come up. I can't be expecting expectant mothers to be coming 4 flights of stairs up to get the baby pictures done. And I was a bit reluctant and saying, look, you know what, it should be alright, it'll be alright, but it isn't, is it? It's not alright to ask a mum that's just had a baby to walk up 4 flights of stairs. So we rang Matt, who's the landlord, and they've got all different properties scattered around MOSSLEY and Ashton and Stalybridge, and we basically said to him, look, it's too much, we can't do it. Well, the deposit that we paid you, can you get us into another studio? So luckily enough, he's got 2 new studios in the old studio block, but they're on the 1st floor, which is 1 floor down from the old studio that we've got. If you're getting confused, so am I. So the old studio is the one that we've had. If you can hear that banging, this hurricane that's come over here, or the tail end of it, is knocking all the bins over outside. But anyway, the old studio that Sarah's had, that you've always seen in the vlogs, it's a floor below that. So it's going to be better for Sarah. And she's really excited about it. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to put Sarah on now, and then she's going to tell you why she didn't like the other studio and why it was a good idea to go from this studio to go and view the other one, which we're going to go and view on Friday, so you'll be able to see the new one on Friday when we go and see it. There's 2, there's one that's been designed and is getting built, and then there's one that's already ready for us to go and view. So we're going to see the designs for the other one, but we can physically see the other one as well. So if you're confused again, don't worry about it. It's weird, isn't it, because we started the day off where we were going in there to decorate it.
Yeah, it was just, when I looked around, it was like...
First of all, tell them about the windows, yeah, the lighting, because so that's an important thing. That
we went in, and I was like weighing everything up, looking at the windows and stuff like that, and Dave was saying like, and then windows are legal. Now,
just quickly, I don't think they are, because they're in my office as well, as you go up the stairs, and they're double glazed.
So some of the windows were broke, so Matt would have needed to change them, and that would have been waiting more time for that. But because of the windows, like some of them were like frosted and then some of them were plain windows. Now that has a big effect on when you take a picture, especially if you're doing newborns and you're doing it with natural light. So you'll have different lighting coming through the plain windows than you would have coming through the frosted windows, because the frosted windows would look more like it was a dull day rather than a bright day, and then you'd have the bright through the plain glass. So that would be a big issue, trying to get the lighting right, especially on the baby. So that was one of the problems. And then obviously because there's no heat in there, and although I could heat the room up, on the ceiling there's actually a big gap that goes out in there.
Well, they dripped the ceiling out, haven't they? And
yeah, and it's not even had a ceiling put back onto it. So that was like, well, I'll be heating it up for the fun of it, so I'd be paying for like electric for nothing basically, just to warm the whole building up. But then when we walked up the stairs, it was like, God, you don't realise how many, because when I went last time I didn't really like take it in how many sets of stairs there was, and it is quite a way up, innit? It doesn't look it from outside, but when you're walking up the stairs, like in my old studio, the stairs are bigger, so there's less of them. But in this one, they're like really tiny steps, so it's quite steep to walk up. But there's like 1, 2, 3. I think there's like 9 sets of steps that you've got to walk up, and they are quite steep, aren't they? So, and then the other thing was, like, when you got to the top of my studio, I should have shown you really, but basically there's another like set of steps there, but it's all open, so if a kid went up there,
it's full of old machinery, like it's a crane.
Machinery, and it's just dangerous because it's just got no like side on it, so if a kid went up there, like if the mum had the baby and then had another little kid with them, and she was trying to get hold of him, there's a chance that he could fall, or she. So that put me off straight away, because obviously I've got to think of health and safety, not just in my room but what's around it also. And as you walk up to mine, it's like really isolated. I just didn't feel safe in there.
No, and you said it twice.
Yeah, and it just felt a little bit creepy, like if it was there on my own I wouldn't feel safe. So that was another reason, because although my other one is still quite scary, especially if they're at night, there's always people around, isn't there? Or there's always someone in their units, where there it just seems like there's nobody there, it's just dead. So then I kind of sat there and I thought, it's like Dave was saying, that asking, like if I was doing maternity shoots and you had a heavily pregnant lady coming up, I wouldn't be able to get up him. It killed me getting up my stairs, so I wouldn't even dream of asking a pregnant woman to walk up them stairs. If it was for business purposes, it'd be a really good room, like if you were just doing all your editing from there and stuff like that. But
I'd even question doing that because it's that cold.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like I've made the right choice, because we've not done any work to it, and I could have spent loads on it by now, and luckily I've not spent anything on it yet. And then I don't know, I'm gutted, because obviously it's a really nice space and it's big and it's got so much potential, but it would have been better if it was on the ground floor, or at least the next floor up, but obviously it's not. And then, like, if you were asking people to come with newborn babies, I just couldn't, and I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing that somebody was walking up there after just having a baby, especially if they've had like a C-section or anything like that, to be walking up them kind of steps, because it just, and I just feel like it'd be putting more, what's the word, I think I'd get more bad publicity from that than actually, you know, like people complaining about the pictures. They probably really love the pictures, but it'd just be, God, it was a nightmare then. And once one person says it to another person, it's like, well, I'm not going there, they've got to walk up all them steps. So that is basically why. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing these other studios on Friday. But obviously we've still got the old one and we are going to be keeping that. So I've got hair on my face. So for the time being, I will be shooting again from that studio. But obviously, enjoy that. But obviously,
even Max wants to know what it is. What is it, Max?
Matt needs to sort that leak out in the corner because that is like a big issue, especially. It's not a big issue. If it was blocked off and you just couldn't see it, then obviously it's not going to be a problem. But it's more because there's mould there. Obviously, I want the mould gone because I don't want to take kids in there while that's there. So it just needs cleaning up, and he needs to like think of something to, what's the word?
Rectify it.
Yeah, rectify the problem. And it's been an issue now so long. My friend, who's actually a photographer, and she's got a photographer of a studio in Ashton, and this was actually her old studio, and she never had that problem. So obviously there is a way around it, or somebody's not maintaining the barrel at the top. It's basically a barrel that collects water, but it's overflowing. So obviously they're not maintaining that enough. So if they did, then there wouldn't be an issue, would there? So Matt needs to sort it out as soon as he can, because I'm going to be losing money otherwise. I know I should still be on maternity leave, and many of you are probably sitting there saying, well, just enjoy your baby. But it's not that I don't enjoy being at home, it's just that if I've always got something to do, or I've got something to focus on, it just makes me feel better, it makes you feel happier. And I think that's why I've been feeling a bit low, because I can't stand sitting around doing nothing. It absolutely winds me up. That's why I decorate, and I can't keep decorating because, well, I end up with no money.
So speaking of decorating, on the way home from school today I picked up some wallpaper that's going to be in Imogen's room and mine and Sarah's room. So, well, it's going to be in Imogen and Portia's room, because Portia will be moving into Imogen's room for in about 2 or 3 months when Chloe moves out, and then it's going to be for mine and Sarah's as well downstairs. So we won't show you today, Sarah will show you tomorrow. I'm going to be putting that shelf up tomorrow. It is on vlog now, so you can hold me to it and Sarah can hold me to it. I'm also going to be putting up tomorrow as well the Dyson that my mum got me. I've also fitted the sky bracket, I don't know if you can see it down there, to the skybox so it fits. I 3D printed that for the Sky Q router, and I will be fitting that tomorrow as well to the wall, because the other one that I'd printed out, it was only like that, it snapped, it wasn't secure enough. This thing actually sticks it straight to the wall, so that's perfect. So there's loads going on tomorrow, so do not forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're not already, make sure you click the notification bell, it does nothing, make sure you leave us a comment, and we will see you guys tomorrow, because we do this every single day.